this was different research for me in that we really we actually went and visited with our state senators and state representatives and brought them copies of this and gave briefings. We timed it so that it aligned with the passage of an environmental bond in the state and a zoning reform act and reconsideration of the climate action plan. Some of you may know Kathy Lambert. She's on the board of HISTED and she runs the Science Policy Exchange. And this is her wheelhouse, man. She takes science and she makes change on it, and it was a real pleasure to work with her and to have that experience. And you know, we coupled the policy outreach with there's Kathy up top at one of our press releases at the Kennedy School in Boston. We met with the Boston Globe editorial board who ran a Sunday editorial on this work, calling the state to do more progressive land use planning. We've met with stakeholders throughout the state, lots of briefings. We were in 60 newspapers. I mean, for really just a computer geek, this was quite a different experience for me to have anybody care. I mean, I published papers in academic journals and nobody reads them and nobody cares. And this was, it was really rewarding. And it changed the way I'll do research, really, henceforth. You know, it's the way to do it. Overall, I'd say the things I hope you leave with is that land use decisions have broad and immediate consequences for ecosystem functions. The decisions we made really mattered in these metrics. Climate change will drive land use change, and we saw this in the regional self-reliance one, and I think we all need to think about the indirect impacts of climate change as much as we think about the direct impacts. And I mean, we generally, and I really mean we ecologists, people in my field, spend a lot of time thinking about, how much 1 degree change is going to mean for a tree species or not. Well, if the 1 degree change forces 200,000 people to move into New England from areas that had a drought, and we have a whole influx of climate refugees, they're going to cut down a lot of forest, and that 1 degree change for that tree species is insignificant in comparison. And so we need to really think about this as a coupled human-natural system. Massachusetts really has substantial opportunities to increase forestry. We need markets for it, but we can do it. These forests are not, this is consistent with the Wildlands and Woodlands mission, and that there are areas that need to remain wildlands, but the majority of the landscape could be made woodlands. They're not in some sort of untampered condition now. We can manage them and we can harvest local resources. One thing I'd like to do is full life cycle analysis, because we use a tremendous amount of wood, not harvesting it locally. For some reason, people want their tomatoes local, but not their 2x4s, and I don't understand. Last is that participatory research like this promotes the credibility and legitimately and salience of findings. Like I say, each one of those stakeholders is giving this presentation somewhere and is handing out these books and is showing it to their boss. And we gave this presentation to the governor's office, and this type of research can really make a difference. And so I hope there's more of it.